Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Um, it's been a while. I know it's been a while. Things have just been crazy hectic around here, and I haven't been feeling so great. I'm currently feeling absolutely amazing, okay, because I am bipolar and at the beginning of what's called a hypomanic phase. And for me, that means I'm in a really good mood. I move really, really fast and I can't sit still. So I don't know how long this video is going to be. We might do 1 hour long video, or we might end up doing like 2 or 3 15-minute videos. I don't know. We'll see what we get. So, I wanted to do things a little bit differently today. I kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about tarot and what tarot actually means to me, because in my last video I did a quick review. Well, it wasn't quick, actually. I think it ended up taking half an hour, but a video on the Pagan Otherworlds tarot. And I had said, like, I think I said that I was a tarot collector. Um, and the Pagan Otherworlds tarot made me feel like I would never need to buy another tarot deck in my entire life. Like, this one deck fulfills everything that I want in a tarot deck. The card quality is amazing. Just go watch the video, okay? I'll put a link to the video down below in case you haven't seen it yet. But I just kind of wanted to talk about tarot in general. Like, there's a lot of misconceptions about tarot. Like, for example, you can, like, your first deck has to be gifted to you by somebody. No, that is so far from true that it's like on another planet, basically. If you want to buy yourself a tarot deck, buy yourself a tarot deck. You don't have to wait for somebody to give it to you. And while I know that most people are aware of that now, there are still an amazingly high number of people who, when they first learn of tarot, learn that they are supposed to be gifted their first deck. Okay? Not true. Not at all true. So, if you want a deck and you find one that speaks to you, go for it. Go buy that deck. Order it. Pick it up in the store. Whatever you need to do, buy that deck. Okay? You don't have to wait for somebody to give you permission. You don't have to wait for somebody to give you one before you're allowed to enter the world of tarot. It's not an invitation only community, okay? Where your invitation is being gifted a deck. It doesn't work like that. If you want to be a part of the tarot community, you want to learn about tarot from people who are using them, and you don't have a deck yet, that's okay. You are allowed. Like, there is no reason why you can't learn the tarot from other people without having a deck yet, because you haven't found one that speaks to you. That's okay. We're actually a very open, very welcoming community, because the more people that are reading tarot and doing it for people other than just themselves, even if it's just for themselves, the less time we spend trying to convince people that we're valid. When people see how popular this is, they start to see it as acceptable. When it becomes mainstream, then we're doing amazing. And frankly, it's on its way mainstream. I mean, think about it. We have a tarot deck that's Game of Thrones themed. We have there's a Lord of the Rings tarot. I think there's even a Harry Potter tarot. Okay, don't quote me on that one. I could be wrong. Because frankly, if there is not a Harry Potter tarot yet, there needs to be one made, and I need to know. Because I need that deck, okay? I need a Harry Potter tarot deck. Like, I mean, I need a hole in the head, but I need that deck. Like, I have to have it. Okay. So, anyways, if you want to start learning the cards and you don't know what deck you want to use, totally join a Facebook group. Join in videos online on YouTube. Pay attention to what they're saying about the cards. Watch the images. There are tons and tons of tarot reviews out there of various decks. They're on blogs, they're on, these videos, they're all over the place. You can find close up, decent images of multiple cards from a tarot deck by watching somebody else's review or reading someone else's review. I highly recommend it. If you find a deck that you think you like, and you like the box or you like the theme, do yourself a favor. Google that sucker, okay? Then click on the images tab and look at the pictures. Do you like them? Do they all speak to you? Like, every image that you can see, scroll through them, zoom in, click on a picture and look at the other images that they offer you. Search around, okay? Don't just assume that because you like the dragon on the cover that you're gonna like every card, because that's not gonna happen, okay? So Google the deck and click on that images tab and look at the card images. Does it speak to you when you look at those images? Do you like the artwork? You can follow those. There's a visit tab at the bottom of every picture in the bottom right hand corner. Click on visit and it'll take you to whatever website it is that's loaded that particular image. And a lot of those are reviews of that particular deck, and that's how those pictures got up there. People doing reviews. So check them out. Check out those reviews. It is not hard to research a deck on its images. It's harder when you're looking at like the book or the meanings or whatever, but as far as the images go, that's where you start. Everything else will fall into place. Those images need to be something that you can relate to. Okay? You don't have to look at the card and be able to tell me what it means as soon as you see it. That's not what I'm saying. Okay? But make sure that you are looking at a card that you appreciate the artwork. Okay? That you like the way that it looks. Is it a graphic design card where it's a bunch of images that have been photoshopped together? Is it hand drawn? Is it colored with pencil crayons? Is it colored with paints or markers? You may not notice those things when you look at the card. You might not really notice that this one's painted with paint and this one's painted on a computer. You may not see that initially, but trust me, the different styles become clear very quickly. Once you see the differences between them, it makes a lot of sense. So what kind of a deck do you like? Do you like them all? Do you prefer something that is fairies? Or do you prefer dragons? Or do you want to stay away from mythology and you want to go with something simpler? Say the Radiant Rider-Waite, which is a Rider-Waite clone that uses brighter colors. That's actually a beautiful deck. Do you want to go with something with non-traditional, like the Wild Unknown, where it uses animals and pen line drawings, which are fantastic. It's an amazing deck. A lot of effort went into creating it. I believe there's an oracle that goes with it now. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to check that out. But what kind of artwork do you like? When you're just getting to know that kind of thing, just Google tarot cards and click on the images tab. Images is important, right? So you click on the images tab and you look at the different kinds of cards. And if you find a card that in that list that really strikes you, you're like, hey, this is actually really cool. You can click on that card and find out what deck it is. If you go to the website, it should tell you what deck it is. And then you can do a specific search for that deck. If you click on that card, it'll give you, like in the, in like where it gets bigger, where it says visit, underneath there's usually a list of more images that you can look at that are from that deck or similar to that deck, just related, found in the same places or loaded by the same person. Check it out. It's worth doing. Okay, it is absolutely worth doing the Google search. Look at the images, look at the reviews, and if you don't know what you like, then just Google a generic tarot card search and click on the images tab and go from there. Check out Pinterest. Pinterest has amazing tarot cards. You'll get some of the more unique ones on there as well. And usually it'll say in the description what the card is, but if it doesn't, you can still find out. Do stuff like that. It is absolutely worth doing. There's a website that I use that does reviews as well, and they're from professionals instead of just amateurs. And it's called Eclectic, and it is one of the largest tarot communities online. They have a huge directory of decks, complete with images and reviews and ratings and all kinds of things, as well as a forum where you can go in, you can ask questions, you can answer questions, just get to know people, right? So I'll put the link for that down below. That's 2 links now. I don't remember what the first one was. Oh, I'll remember. Anyways, I don't need to be wasting time talking about that right now. So that's the second thing, okay? Like, don't just buy the first deck you see. Do your research. It's really important, okay? As somebody who collects tarot decks, I can tell you from experience, okay, that I tend to collect decks whose artwork appeals to me. And yet, some of them I still can't read. I don't connect with the images. I love the images, but I can't connect with them. So, it happens. Oh my God, my picture is so crooked. This picture here. I just noticed how crooked that is. Like, look at that. It's like way off. My dogs must have been up there. Knocked it. Anyway, I'll fix it after because I'm not doing it now. So, read the reviews, check out the images, make sure it's something that you like, and be prepared that when you have this deck in hand and you can sit there and look at all the cards, you might not actually connect with it. It might just be not right away. And it might just be that it's the wrong deck, and that happens. My collection built out of a desire to, oh, look at all that incense smoke. Isn't that cool? My collection built out of a desire to find the perfect deck. Okay. Now that my search, my journey took me through about 60 decks. More than that, but most recently 60, because I've had collections of tarot cards 3 separate times and lost all of my decks 3 separate times. So I currently only have about 10 decks. But it took me until I got the Pagan Otherworlds Tarot before I felt like I found the perfect deck. I found the deck for me. It is my go-to. It is always near me. I'm saying that and I'm looking for it going, where is it anyways? It's behind me, I believe. Oh, no. Maybe it's over here. Hang on. Yep. See? Right there. My dog just totally spazzed. Don't know what's going on with him. So I do always use this bag because it keeps the box from getting hooked up. I'm sure I could just put the cards in there. Now you guys have seen these already if you've seen my other videos. So this is the Pagan Otherworlds tarot. This way. Right? Yeah, this way. Yeah. This way. Sorry guys, I'm really not good at this. So that's the Nine of Wands. I think these are all upside down. That's the Seeker, or sorry, over here, that's the Seeker card. I don't like this backwards thing. Okay, they're all upside down. They're all reversed. I must have the cards, like, upside down. Okay. Like, I like these. They're like a Renaissance style painting, but they incorporate a bunch of nature elements into it to add the pagan aspects of things. Right. Like, that's the Three of Swords. I mean, it's a familiar image, right? We all know this one. We all know this image, right? There we go. Like, we all know that image. You know, it's a standard image across most tarot decks. I must have, like, dropped these or something because I don't read reversed cards. Okay? Never have. What else have we got? That's the Six of Coins. The Six of Pentacles. And of course it is upside down. The Sun. Isn't that a beautiful rendition? Like, isn't that gorgeous? Five of Swords. I really love that. So, anyways, these are always near me. Okay? These are always, if I'm, like, I keep them in the box. I don't keep them out. Right? I keep them in the box and then I put them in the bag. But they're almost always, like, arm's length or less. If I go out somewhere, they're in my purse or in my backpack. Never leave home without them. They're like a constant companion for me. And I've never had that with the tarot deck before, where I wanted to take them everywhere. I wanted to always be able to use them. I wanted to constantly have them in my hands and play with them. Wait, there's one other deck that I had that with. It was actually the second deck I ever bought, the Fairy Wicca Tarot. And I don't know how I managed to do any readings with those cards because the book is so obscure and so indirect and so random that you couldn't possibly figure out what they meant. But I read with them. I read intuitively from the beginning. But they were like that, where they were always in my hands. I was always playing with them. They went with me everywhere. You know, the box was getting beat up, so I got a satin bag for them and kept them in there, and you know, they were great. And I actually have another copy of that deck because along the way I kind of lost the first one, which sucks because I did, play with it a lot in the beginning. The Pagan Otherworlds Tarot I've had now for about 3 months, and I still play with it all the time. It is my go-to deck for everything. Doing a reading for me, grab them. Doing a reading for my wife, grab them. Doing a reading for anybody, grab them. Like, they're always there. They're always in hand. So, you can actually find a deck that you want to use all the time. that you feel that connected to. And some people find it easily and some people don't. I was one of the ones that didn't. Um, I felt a connection to the Fairy Wicca Tarot because it was about Ireland, and I was really, really, really big on Ireland at the time. Now, not as much, so I don't really, I don't know, I don't connect with that deck anymore. I have a copy, but I've never used it. I don't think I've even shuffled it, to be honest. I might have. I don't know. But the Pagan Otherworlds Tarot is one of those decks for me that I can just use all the time. The energy is amazing. Right? So just be aware that, finding that deck, that one deck that really speaks to you, can be a challenge. Some people are lucky and they find it right away in their first or second or third deck. Others are like me and have to go through over 100 before they find it. Okay? So don't worry about it if you don't get it, like, right away. It's not a big deal. Have fun. Learn the decks that you do get. Learn to read them. And use your intuition. So, there's another myth that I want to address. And that is that tarot cannot be read by everybody. You have to have special talent. Bogus. Okay? Bogus. Now, first of all, before I say anything else, I just want to apologize for that little bit of a mess behind me. That's my massage table for Reiki, and it's not been used for Reiki in about 3 days, so it's kind of accumulated a few things. And I am a culprit, my wife's a culprit. Yeah. So, all right. Oh, and you see our diamond paintings. We changed our background so you don't have to see the adult coloring book pages with the swear words all over them. So we have the Rasta Lion diamond painting that my wife just did. We have the Ravenclaw shield, which is also a diamond painting that I just did. And we have this way, behind my head. There we go. That is, I know you can't see it, but that is my stepdaughter. And below that is my stepdaughter with her 2 stepbrothers that are not my boys, but my wife's ex's boys. So, anyways, that's the little tour. Oh, and the little pink hearts over this side, over here. Those pink hearts, they're all over the place. Those are love notes from my wife from when I went to visit my grandson a few weeks ago. I came back and those things were everywhere. And I don't have the heart to take them down because I love them. They're so cute. So, anyways, we were going to discuss, special talent. Okay. I'm going to put this very plainly and then we'll talk about it. Okay? Anyone can read tarot. Okay? There is nothing special about us that makes us different than anyone else. Okay? Anyone can read tarot. Now, that said, what is it that makes a good tarot reader? Okay? It's not memorizing the meanings. Okay? Yeah, you should probably memorize them a little bit. At least a theme, a keyword or two for each card so that you know what the card means in general when you start, because that's helpful, right? But when you are doing a tarot reading, it's about the first thing that you think of, the first thing that you see in the card, as much as anything else. If you lay down, okay, we're going to go with the Three of Swords, because everybody knows that Three of Swords deals with heartbreak, right? It's kind of like the big keyword for the Three of Swords is heartbreak. Okay, so you look at that and you see, oh, your heart's broken. Well, automatically we think that someone's heart is broken because of a relationship, right? But they could be dealing with emotional pain from any number of things. They could be recovering from emotional pain. They could have past emotional pain that is affecting them in their lives now. There's many different ways that that can be read. Okay? There's also alternate meanings. All right? It's not just about heartbreak. It's about other things too. It could be confusion. You know, you don't know what to do and it's causing you distress. You could be not wanting to host a dinner party that you're being told you have to host. Okay? It's not always the big bads. Sometimes it's the little ones. Our job as tarot readers is to use our intuition about that card and the surrounding cards and the position to identify whether it's a big hurt or a small hurt. Is it important? Probably, because it showed up in the reading. What can you do with it? Well, it depends on where it falls. It depends. That card depends on the question too, you know. So we use a combination of knowledge of the cards and intuition. And it's the intuition that's the hardest part to grasp. Okay? We all have intuition. All of us. Every single human living on this planet has intuition. So we have to learn how to use it, how to listen to it, because in our culture, okay, in Western culture, we have a tendency to learn to block out our intuition at a very young age. We don't listen to it, right? We just stop listening to it at some point. So then you have to turn around as, you know, when you're a tarot reader, as a, you know, as an adult, you have to turn around and learn how to use your intuition. As soon as you learn how to use it, you can get the most amazing readings. Do you have to have, you know, do you have to do intuitive readings? No. You can do readings based solely on the meanings of the cards that you know. It's up to you. But everybody has intuition, and I do strongly recommend that tarot readers tap into their intuitive skills. I think it is vital in a tarot reading. Is it necessary? No, but I do believe it's vital. So that's why I say anybody can read tarot. How hard is it for any single person to essentially memorize 78 meanings? It's not that hard. Not really. You could do it in any number of ways. I learned keywords for all 78 cards in maybe an hour, hour and a half. Because I made flashcards out of index cards. And it wasn't not even flashcards. It's just like reminders. You know, I wrote down each card and its keywords. You know, the next card. So Ace of Cups, keywords. Two of Cups, keywords. Three of Cups, keywords. And I did, you know, I had colored index cards. So each suit got its own color and the major arcana got its own color. So it was cool. Actually, I still have those cards too. Like, I did them 3 years ago and I still have them. I do review them every once in a while because sometimes I'll put my tarot down and not use it for months at a time. So I do review those cards on a regular basis just to kind of refresh my memory and keep things going. But when I do a reading, I tend to rely on the imagery and what it tells me. So my intuition. I'd like to give you a tip for this week. Okay? For this video. Because I might do another video today. I don't know. So, your tip is what? I completely forgot. I'm sorry, guys. It's the hypo is like messing with my head so bad. I'm surprised I'm talking in normal speed because I've been talking like super fast, but it's like instinctively I know I've got to slow down. Okay. Alright, so let's give you guys a little task. Okay. I would love to see each of you that see this video pick up your tarot cards or go online and find a deck that you like. Find the Three of Swords in that deck. I want you to look up the meaning for the Three of Swords. And then in the comments down below, I want you to type out what you find. Pick up a tarot book. Google it. What do you see? What do you find? What is the meaning? What are the keywords for the Three of Swords? Let's see how many different meanings we can come up with. Okay? Alright, guys. I hope everybody has a spectacular day, and I will see you soon. Bye.